Hey guys, Uncle Nightshift here. So this night's video will be a little shorter and totally straight to the point. One of the most frequently asked questions on this channel is how to make bullet holes, like I did on this IS-7 or on my 3-inch gun carrier, which I don't have anymore, so I can show you only pictures of it. But anyway, let's get to work. Alright, so let's start with plastic kit parts. First I'm gonna show you the basics on this flat piece, and then we'll make some more in this Tiger 1 stowage box. As we all know, plastic parts are thick. But that's okay, as in most cases the out-of-scale thickness isn't evident, but for this purpose we must make them thinner. You might need some type of rotary tool for this, because scraping the plastic away by hand might take you forever. I mean, it might be possible, but this will save you tons of time. Now obviously you need to work from the opposite side, aka the side which will be out of sight, and you just need to remove a small amount of plastic where the bullet hole will be located. Here you must be careful not to go all the way through and destroy the part, but you also need to make it paper thin. The best way to check this is to put it against some light source. As soon as you can see through the plastic, you're good to go. Take a sharp object like a needle or something and just punch it, obviously from the outside. This actually depends on the direction of impact, so in this case it's a regular entry hole. Now take some blunt object like the opposite side of a paintbrush or something similar and press against the hole to make a small indentation around it. The plastic we pushed through on the opposite side looks pretty realistic, but it makes the hole look thicker than it actually is, so it's best to just remove it. Then punch it one more time to reopen the hole, and clean it all up with liquid cement. I like to use Mr. Cement S because it doesn't melt the plastic too much. And that's it. You might need to polish the surrounding surface a little bit, but let's try it again on that Tiger box. So let's add some impacts somewhere around here. Again, we'll start by removing most of the plastic from the opposite side, and this time it's a little trickier than before because we don't have much space inside the box. But just make sure to check your progress against the light and it'll be fine. If you want the best possible results, then the plastic should be like paper thin, or even more than that, or less than that. Now we can make the holes, and it's not a bad idea to mark them with a pencil so you don't have to search for them all the time. Now for the indentations. This simulates the metal being bent inwards by the force of the impact. And also don't forget to clean up the inside. And if you want, you can play with their shape further with different tools. Again, it's all about having at least some sort of reference to have an idea about how the result should look like. This doesn't need to be a photo of your model being shot up. You can search some random pictures of bullet holes on Google, for example. There's not really any exact rule like bullet holes can only look like this or like that. I mean, just look at this. This is a freaking square bullet hole. Anyway, once you're done, just clean them up one more time with liquid cement, and when it dries, polish them with some fine sandpaper or a sanding sponge. Make sure the glue had enough time to dry, because sanding molten plastic wouldn't be the best idea, to say the least. Okay, let's now take a look at the metal, which is gonna be much easier because we're dealing with the real thing. So start by marking the impacts with a needle or some other sharp object. Then take a small drill bit, which will determine the diameter of the hole, and drill them out. And now just make the indentations with a pair of tweezers or something similar. The metal piece will get slightly deformed, but this is fine. If this were some stowage box or something similar, the result would look like this. Or you know what, I'm just gonna show you the same process on an actual stowage box. Unfortunately, this is the biggest box I found in my spares, but hopefully it'll be enough. So again, mark the impacts with a needle. Drill them out. And you can also use different diameters to make the result more random. And then just make the indentations. You can also gently polish the surface if you want. This will make the result nice, smooth and shiny. And that's it. Simple as that. Of course you can use so many different tools, but the process is always gonna be basically the same. You can, for example, use filing needles to enlarge the impacts, or I don't know, just punch a hole through the metal piece and be done with it. The point is, making bullet holes is not a rocket science, so like I said, take this video as a loose reference. I mean, you might already know this technique and most likely have your own methods that work for you, but if you're about to create your first battle damage on your model, then I hope you found this video helpful or at least interesting to watch. It's one of the easier methods out there, and once you add some paint, they will look quite okay. And it doesn't matter if they're made from plastic or metal. Just make sure to avoid using a hot needle, okay? Anyway, thank you all for watching, also a big thank you to my patrons, and I hope you'll have a great weekend, or day, or evening. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, let me know by leaving a like or a comment, and if you're new here, then make sure to subscribe because I have more content like this coming your way. And I guess I'll see you mates in the next one. Oh, and here are some bloopers. Anyway, once you're done, just clean them up one more time with liquid and clean it all up with liquid and clean it all up with liquid. Anyway, once you're done, just clean them up one more time with liquid cement, and when it dries, polish them with some Make sure the glue had enough time to dry, because sanding molten plastic wouldn't be the best idea to see it.